Welcome to Wisco Goes West, episode 24.
Kobe.
You gotta hold it. The finesse shot, John.
the fancy Kobe.
You remember the fancy Kobe? That's a sweet finesse shot. Watch us on YouTube. If you're not, you would have seen it. I'm a grammar Nazi. Anyways, here we go. Check us out on social media to have conversation about this podcast. We enjoy your feedback. You can see us on Facebook at Juggernaut Productions, LLC. Also on Instagram at Juggernaut Productions, LLC. And on Twitter at Juggernaut_prod. Prod. As in David.
As in David.
As in Alpha David. So, John, we have music this week.
1, 2, 4.
And again, another artist corner.
What? So if you want to check out some of the, or get your music checked out on some of this podcast, is what
Please.
I mean, please send it to us at officialjuggernautproductions@gmail.com.
Great. And this week we have a close friend of the Juggernaut Company, young Saint from Madison, Wisconsin. So back home, the other part of our home, in our hearts. Miss you. But I had to kind of backtrack the story. I know Saint from different, obviously the hip hop community in Madison is very small, so you get to know everyone pretty quickly. But he was at I believe it was a Get Your Buzz Up competition at the High Noon Saloon. And he was super sick, but was competing. And I believe was not only sick, one of the only solo performances, but also came in second. So that's nice. A fucking great achievement on your part, my friend.
Yeah.
But his music also just represents who he is. It's just very real music.
Yep.
It's also very
High energy.
Hype music.
Yeah.
But it's it's great stuff to listen to if you're looking for that type of mood. But he's dropping a new mixtape coming up on September 3rd, set to be.
Nice.
Obviously productions can
go one way or the
time,
other.
But,
hence why you do mixtapes, so you can put them out when you get them done.
But great features he says that's coming up. He doesn't obviously want to release too much information.
Yeah, 100%.
So, but we will post all of his music on there.
Yeah. Go
listen to his 0 to 100 remix that he did. I always tell people to listen to that if you want a good example of what he can do to music. So
nice. Yeah, no, I heard this. What song did you play for me?
The 0 to 100 remix.
Oh, so good. Yeah. And that's, like you said, very fast-paced, high energy.
And he's also a guy that's very smart with branding as well. He has T-shirts available, and we'll post the links up there.
Yeah.
But it's just great music to get you into that I don't give a fuck mood. If you need that hype music for something, bad day at work, boss gets on your nerves, and you want to just be real.
Just wanna,
Sometimes
just want to let your inner gangsta out. You know?
Hell yeah.
You gotta let it out once in a while.
All night, hardly ever sleep. No, I spend to get these in. That's just how it be. Have mercy on me, please, Lord. Have mercy on me. Always wanna be my main, cause now I'm getting bucks, but I ain't trying to cuff, no, I'm just trying to fuck. Have mercy on me, please, Lord. Have mercy on me. Fuck all these haters, I'm going for broke. They sitting and watching and praying I choke. Don't fuck with you pussies, you already know. Cause we are not friends, so don't call me your bro. I'm riding for that moolah. On my side, I'm keeping a Ruger. Be cautious how you maneuver. Slide on me, I'll pop your medulla. Got a fight in the streets, I was pressing my luck. I'm killing these beats cause I'm hungry as fuck. Got a family to feed, I ain't down for no games. They sitting around to blow back with you lames. I'm grinding, take it one step at a time. You better get yours before I come and get mine. Over a decade, I've been on the grind. So back the fuck up cause it's my time.
So we're gonna move on to the old sports, John.
Down to the end zone, touchdown, and a dagger! Oh my goodness!
It's a sad one. That's why you're wearing orange.
I'm wearing orange for Pat Summitt.
I wish I had orange. But
Let's take a moment of silence. Moment over. Thank you, Pat Summitt, for all your time. It was she's a
Crazy.
great coach, right?
An amazing person. Like we said, just really quick on it. Like she is one of the few females in the sports world that isn't just narrowed down by the media to just women's sports.
Just a female
When,
sports
when
icon,
she gets mentioned, it's just that she's an amazing coach.
Right.
You have people like Coach Sesky from Duke University, John Wooden, obviously the great
Everybody.
from UCLA. So just loving her, and you know it's crazy that she died.
Everybody
she
should.
did. Super young too, 64. So you know, it's crazy, but yeah.
I love how she was really a fighter through the end too. Still coached a lot through like her suffering, you know.
Yep.
But better news, we're on to the Olympics.
Yes.
Basketball at the Olympics was announced. The roster, John. I want to give them to you in a row, right? Carmelo Anthony, Harrison Barnes from the Warriors, Jimmy Butler, DeMarcus Cousins, DeMar DeRozan from the Raptors, right? KD, Paul George, Draymond Green, DeAndre Jordan, Klay Thompson, Kyrie Irving, and Kyle Lowry, also from the Raptors. So, missing a few key players. Some of you might not have heard. Steph Curry, right? LeBron, Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook's missing. Where's the beard?
Yeah, where's the beard?
I don't even know where the beard's at right now. So, John, what are your thoughts on the USA roster this year, right? And how do you think it compares to rosters in the past?
So I obviously you can't compare it to Dream Team 92 team. You cannot compare it to Dream Team 2. But I like from 2008, the Redemption team on, like this is kind of the worst one. Like not the worst one because obviously there
were teams in between there.
They're
right,
all great players. They're NBA talent. There's
course.
no bad players on this team. But when you compare, like there are key players missing. And I think we will win the gold medal for the third Olympics in a row. But I think this is the team that could also not win it.
So here's my question, and maybe I'm still just stuck in big man ball. But like, does everybody else in the world play that small that we only need DeAndre Jordan as a center?
Well, you have DeMarcus Cousins, but besides those two, that's where the European ball is and where the NBA is going.
Cousins considered a center?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah. But like they don't have that size. So like the Dwight Howards that used to be there, like aren't necessary. Blake Griffin's not playing this year. And so I think it's a testament to where the game is. Like you just need a couple of them.
Yeah.
And obviously DeAndre Jordan, I don't know how you got invited. Work on those free throws first, pal.
Shoot some free throws. DeAndre Jordan, before you come in here and start representing some awesomeness of the USA.
Film and
TV, people.
We have some exciting news that apparently has been going on because apparently it's dropping within the year or so.
I didn't even know about this, and now I'm really excited, guys.
But the Legos movie, after the great success it had, there's going to be, I don't know if it's a sequel, if it's in the same world spinoff. I don't know what you want to call it.
Right. But
Will Arnett's character, Batman, will have his solo film and might possibly have voices of Jackie Chan and Dave Franco in it.
What?
Yeah. So apparently it's going to be like it says a solo movie. So I don't know if there's going to be any reminiscing of the Lego movie and what happened there.
Right.
But who knows? But do you think this film can be successful? Is it a good move by Lego, or is it because there's a lot of fear when you do another movie like this? Like, is it going to be as good as the first one? Because obviously the first one was very successful.
Awesome.
And with Superman versus Batman being very poorly done, and kind of the franchise going through this mist of what it's going to do next, do you think this could be one of the most successful since the Christopher Nolan trilogy?
I think so. What other ones came out? So there is going to be The Killing Joke coming out, though, right? We talked about this.
The animated.
And I think this animated Batman, The Killing Joke, it
looks badass.
Looks super awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited. Mark Hamill's back as the Joker, right?
Yep.
It's based on an 88 graphic novel that looks really awesome. I never read the novel myself personally. However, seems pretty, again, badass. It's going to be the first rated R animated movie, or already is by the Picture Association.
Right.
So that's pretty killer. Now, will Lego outdo that? Because it's probably going to come out after that.
Right. That's a good question. That's a good
Possibly.
theory. Yeah, right? Because it could.
Yeah, I think it could.
Obviously to kids.
I think all the kids are going to watch this. You talk about a rated R animated movie. Well, most of their parents aren't taking their kids to see this.
Right.
So you have kids and family who are now paying for this whole Legos movie.
Plus
right?
people like you and me.
I'm going to go watch the hell out of Legos movie.
Right,
I'm going to watch The Killing Joke too as soon as I can. But is it going to be? It's going to be in select theaters only, right? It's going to be more of an underground release.
Accessibility.
So, yeah, again, at that point in time, I think it'll be successful and more successful than Superman versus Batman. We're calling it, people.
You're calling that.
I'm calling it right now.
All right.
I'm calling it.
We'll check
Legos
back
Batman will be better first weekend.
First weekend box office?
Yeah, better than Batman Superman.
All right, you heard it.
You heard it here.
It's permanent
first.
because it's
Wisco
on 3
goes
different
west.
sources of media right now.
You heard it here first.
Have to fear is fear itself.
All right.
Guess what, John?
What?
Politics.
Ba-ba.
Dun, 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 dun. All right. So, for many of these episodes, right, we've been talking about, like, I don't know many Donald Trump supporters personally.
Right.
And I kind of always wanted to know, like, what do you have to say that makes sense? Like, what does he have for policies
Like actual,
that
reasons.
you think that Donald Trump will be the best president here? And like, it was BBC reported on this. They interviewed like 50 different people, and they kind of gathered together some standards that they found amongst these people. Right. First one, he's not a politician. Something about he's not the standard way of most politicians.
Right.
Says what we're thinking. So whether it's racist comments about keeping Muslims out of the United States or whatever it is,
it's a weird thing.
People of America,
in
America are thinking like this. He's a successful businessman.
Wow.
He's a successful businessman himself, right?
No.
How many people has he trampled over to get to that point? I don't know.
Where would he be if his dad didn't give him a shit ton of money?
I don't know.
I don't know.
The wall and the Muslim ban. There's people actually agreeing with this. Like, that's an actual agreement. That's a point people want to make too. They want the immigration out of, immigrants out of the United States. Even though, most of us are immigrants. Anyways.
Yep.
And making America great again, which is just to me a BS marketing line.
Yeah, that's.
I'm not even going to get to that one.
That's like the whole
Kind of
Obama
ridiculous.
change.
So, my point to that is, what are your reactions, John, to the points that are made by this article? Is there anything you agree on with these Trump supporters? And does this change your thoughts at all? Even a slight bit?
I will give him this article. If you follow us, and you should, please go read this and watch the videos on this. It's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But I will give him this. You stand by your points.
Yep.
And you don't back down from them. Those are 2 reasons why I love Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
He has opinions that do not match the regular government status quo, if you will.
Yep.
And that's why I love him. And he just doesn't give a fuck how he presents it, nor how he tells it.
Yep.
So I will give you that. And this, I don't agree with anything that you guys say, but I will give you on the points of that. You moved the respect meter more, I will say. Of that, again, you stand, but your people are really loyal to you. After watching this, I found out that as weird as some of them are, as ignorant as a lot of them are, you still have a great common collectiveness, and you can't say anything.
As students of media, though, do you not believe that that's based on media being pushed to certain people? And again, you said it too, though, there's a group thinking of this so that people want immigrants out. People want a businessman running it. People don't want a politician in. All those points, I guess I can kind of agree with, short of I know what Trump's background is.
Yeah. And I think as far as the marketing aspect, I think that's just how you win elections, though, in a way, is that you find whoever breathes the same breath and eats the same food, and you preach to that choir, and it's just about whose choir can be louder and bigger.
Yep.
And unfortunately, on the Republican side, he just ran over.
Ran over everybody.
And now coming up, obviously, we have a great choice to make on if his choir is going to be louder than our choir.
Yep.
So,
got to think about it, people.
Global USA.
USA. Global today. USA.
Yeah. So it's a interesting article by NPR, talking about the mental illness problem that it is obviously growing at a rapid rate in the United States and in different parts of the world as well.
Yeah.
And obviously, with my background at least, and I believe yours as well, and us living in LA, we see a lot of what people call the crazies out there that are obviously not any type of drug addict, but like obviously have some type of medical problem that just unfortunately can't be solved, right? Or not solved, but even looked at or issued or given advice about.
Yeah.
But so they kind of posted an article saying that they believe that what they call like these common communities almost will help, not to say that it will solve it and decrease and have it not be a problem, mental illnesses, but to where we can put these people with a progressive mindset, at least to continue to live versus just being shipped into a giant hospital and kind of being kicked around until they die,
Right.
They believe that in essence, if you break down these hospitals of major corporations, and if you break it down and put them into smaller communities and give them responsibilities, it has seen that these people with mental illnesses can live within a community. It's not what people would call, quote unquote, always the norm community, but it would be a community that they could live in and strive in.
Right.
So with kind of your overall view of the article and different things, what do you think about this study? And should we as a society, be looking into that solution more, or is it something of where it's just not that time yet?
Well, I think it's been slowly but surely being worked on. And from reading this article, it's something that I've never been introduced to.
Right. Same here. I was just randomly searching on NPR.
Yeah. And I like the idea of bringing it down from a large, we were just talking about Batman in a comic aspect, but you talk about like psych wards and stuff.
Yeah.
And the standard way you see it is that it's padded walls and you are, people are going crazy in there because they're isolated. I believe that, like you said, if you're having mental illnesses like this, I'm wholly for the idea of being a community. Right. And if, as you said, if there's a mental illness and somehow giving responsibilities, acting like that community helps, that's going to be a good psychotherapy thing. And again, it's been going on for a while. 1963, John F. Kennedy signed some aspects in, what's it called? The Community Mental Health Act. Shifted a lot of funding from those large hospitals into smaller communities, right? So to me, that super helps. Like Giel, Belgium, the city of Giel, Belgium, has been doing this for freaking ever.
Yeah.
And all their people like live peacefully within the community because they think, like you said, the psychotherapy via community basis super helps. And it's a very crazy but awesome concept. There's like the Gold Farm outside of Chicago, I believe is where they said it was. And there's a bunch of different other kind of facilities too that are smaller in the United States here as well that are, they making their money doing it, but they are helping people, cope with mental illness and in that community sense. I think it's a fun idea. If it seems to be working, stick with it, man.
Yeah, exactly. If it's not broken, don't fix it, right?
That's right. And I think it seems a lot more humane and better than isolating singular people with other crazies in the same vicinity that are just screaming and freaking out.
Well, then you're talking about like if we can build these small communities, you're talking about the homeless population just significantly going down. Obviously, there's a whole lot of regulation that would have to be with it. But in a perfect world, you're talking about helping people just not only cope with that, but find a sense of home and being and everything that you said that goes along with the community.
100%.
So great points.
Thanks. Donkey of the week.
It's a good one.
Hee-haw.
Okay, I shouldn't say this because it's kind of mean because we're making this off of people's expense of human beings, but they kind of made their own choices.
True.
So we're going to pick. We're going to present two cases and debate on which one's worse, in essence.
Can I start?
Please.
Awesome. So Johnny Football Manziel, Mr. Money himself, is now not on a team.
Yep,
yet.
got waived.
He's still a free agent.
Yep.
Right? And he got waived by the Browns last, right?
Yep.
So
that's not, first off, not a good note.
That's not a good note. Not a good note to start.
Here
this is not the reason for the Donkey of the Week, people. We already knew this happened, right?
Yep.
Donkey of the Week is that he had some drug abuse problems, and the NFL has now suspended him for 4 games. He's
Again.
not even signed to a team, people. Not even signed to a team. So, my point is that you cannot hold yourself well enough to stay away from the drugs to be
Party or
able
whatever, yeah.
to be able to get signed. Ridiculous. So, John, that's my donkey of the week to choose from. Who's yours?
My donkey of the week is OJ Mayo, formerly of the Milwaukee Bucks. He was disqualified and pretty much kicked out of the NBA for 2 years for violating the terms of the league's anti-drug program. This sentence hasn't been given out in more than a decade, and I believe the last time it was when Chris Anderson went through
That's
his
what the
stuff
article
with
said,
the
yeah.
Nuggets. So the reason why I think he deserves it more is the fact of, dude, you were at a status of where you came out of high school and you're supposed to be the next, like, possibly LeBron-ish Jordan player. You went to USC, didn't have a hot start.
Right.
Went into the draft. It was an all right draft. Got drafted, didn't do very hot, bounced around a little bit, got to Milwaukee, got a good role. You were doing well.
Did well.
And then you just throw it like, and what's different between the cases and why I think OJ Mayo now, because I was on your side up until literally this point, this could be the end of his career.
100%.
He's like 28. You're talking about 2 years removed away from the game, from the NBA like life. And then possibly you have to reinstate, but that's only if they let you.
But what about Johnny Manziel, dude? His career could be over that much quicker.
Sure, he could die. Like his shit.
He's already out of the league.
Human death.
He was not coming back in the first place, right? He was not coming back.
True.
Period. And now,
Who do you think can work?
maybe the bad publicity will do him well enough to get back into a team.
Who do you think has the better chance of bouncing back?
That's a good argument.
I give it Johnny. It's just on short.
Johnny has, yeah,
just on short
just
basis because you have 2 years removed that you
Yeah.
can't even play. At least
Yeah.
Johnny Manziel, if he chooses to, could go work out somewhere, play in the Canadian League somewhere.
Yeah.
Do something.
Yeah,
versus
he definitely
OJ Mayo,
can.
where you can't come to the NBA.
OJ can go to the China
any
League,
affiliates
right?
ever. Like you can't go to the D League, dude.
All right. Damn it, OJ. He might win Donkey of the Week for me, too.
Well,
Johnny Manziel, though, man. Such an idiot, this guy.
both.
Anyways, Donkeys of the Week.
Let us know your thoughts.
Bring it on to the social media. Find us on the Facebooks. That's at Juggernaut Productions, LLC. Also, on Instagram, at Juggernaut Productions, LLC. You can also find us on Twitter, at Juggernaut_prod.
I feel like the Twitter bird would sound like a pigeon, apparently.
Pigeon sound. Also, Artist Corner. Again, if you want to get your stuff on our Artist Corner here,
It's free.
please, it's free. It's good publicity. People love it. People like music. Come give us your music and info at officialjuggernautproductions@gmail.com. Thanks for listening. We're going to come back next week with episode 25.
25.
That's Dorsey Levens from the 1997 team. Thank you very much. I went old school.
Nicely done. And drop the mic. Done.